Hey guys, welcome back to Brothers Off Script. I'm Jerry.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to talk about resolutions, the Olympics, and where we're at today with trying to look like gold medal wrestlers.
I'd be okay
Except
with
for,
I'd be
I don't
okay
want the
with
skin tight thingamajigger, the singlet.
You don't want a singlet?
I don't want that. I don't want the singlet.
Well, I mean,
I want to look like a UFC fighter on steroids without taking steroids.
they wear less clothing.
When I'm wearing less clothing, I want to look like a UFC fighter.
Bigger-
I will never do that on this show.
Bigger cups, but there is a lot of things that happen to get you to the point where you might even consider trying out for as a professional athlete. You know, you like have an open tryout, and you think about it like, I mean, the Eagles just won the Super Bowl.
Amazing.
That was pretty cool.
We watched the game together. First time we've watched the Super Bowl together in probably 16 or 17 years.
I gotta say,
we had a great time.
Mark Wahlberg was not on the team.
He was not on the team.
Yeah.
I saw that movie. Where did Mark Wahlberg go? I was looking for him everywhere.
He didn't bring the victory that everybody thought he was going to. But anyways, he's a fit guy, and he tried out, you know, and he was still having a good hard time about the thing. It's probably just manufactured drama, but in real life drama, we've been going to the gym.
We have
trying to get svelte, and not much.
I like that word.
Not much has happened in the last 3 days as far as that goes. This is actually your...
We went for 3 days.
Well, didn't you go a day? You went a day before I came?
No. Like to actually exercise 3 days. We started on Wednesday this week. It's Friday now. We got in the mornings. We're going in the mornings. I missed the second morning because I overslept.
You couldn't.
I went in the
you
evening,
went in the evening,
and then I went.
Made up time.
I did make up, and then we did this morning. And so now it's whatever it is, 10 o'clock at night. We're tired.
The objective
but we're
is
shooting
Monday
this video.
through Friday. I don't have to be at work until 9 o'clock in the morning, but you got to be at work at 7. So we came up with a compromise where I have to get up at 4:45 in the morning.
It's not a very good compromise.
So we can meet up at the gym.
I appreciate that he's getting
and
up.
as a person who's been to mini gyms and quit mini gyms and had gym memberships and never gone, and then later on quit the membership and paid X amount of dollars to all these places where I get to go walk around in.
Horton's Center to move around in.
Yeah, there is no amount of resolution that really makes anyone do something. It's not the resolve to do the thing, it's just doing it. And I think that they're oftentimes confused, especially around this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
I made a resolution to lose weight, and I gave myself 90 days to do it. But I have the benefit of having been on keto on and off again for the last 7 months or so, and I've seen definite progress. I've lost 40 pounds since I started keto,
Which is awesome.
I feel better. I know I think I look better to myself, and I think that's the most important person to look better for. But to be an example for my family, my kid maybe, like just eating healthily, or if people don't think eating keto is healthy, then to eat food that makes you lose weight, I guess that's not healthy, but at the same time it makes me feel better. Like an energy drink when I get up at 4:45 in the morning and I need to get through the day, I might have to use an energy drink to make that happen. It makes me feel better. So I'm going to continue to do those things that make me feel better. And on that subject, I mean, we're going to, I think we're allowed to say it, this is not a paid advertisement, Planet Fitness.
Yeah, and I've used Planet Fitness before. Oh, so I did want to say this. So I started, we've talked about it on the show, I started keto 5 weeks ago, so this is the end of week 5 for me. And I've lost 17 pounds so far. I feel better. My clothes are already starting to fit looser. I notice it. My wife is doing it. She's lost 6 or 7 pounds so far. I don't know if she's weighed this last week or the last 2 weeks. But we're tracking our carbohydrates. We're paying attention to what we're eating. We're being very strict on it. I actually had my 4-year-old brought me up a cookie the other day, and he said, "Dad, have a cookie." And I said, "No, I can't have that. It's not healthy for me." And he goes, "Is it because it has too much sugar in it?" And I was like, "Yes, it is.
That's the lesson.
Good job. It has too much sugar in it. That's the whole thing." And he's like, "Okay, Dad." and he goes and puts it back. And that was, for me,
Well, the next step is where he goes and throws it in the garbage.
I feel like at least in that moment, like I had done my job as a dad and modeling the behavior like you're talking about, and I had talked enough about why I'm making healthy decisions, and I don't make my kids eat the way I eat, and I am really trying to model that out. And certainly there's times where you're going to fail, like when I overslept. There's times where you're not going to do as long of a workout. But if you're trying, right, if you're having success in trying to do those things, I really believe
as long as
that you're headed in the right direction. And your victory, your gold medal, right, for that minute is you put the time in today.
Yeah. Your gold medal is not a glazed donut. It's just a little bit of sweat on your forehead or something like that. But there is a lot of things that can get you off track. I personally, like I said, I started July last year. Then going through October, we went to Mexico. It was an all-inclusive resort, lots of good food. I ate all of it. I think I talked about that in the video. And then Thanksgiving and birthdays, mine, my kids, my dad's, our dads, had just lots of opportunities to binge. And I think that it's almost self-sabotage, but when you feel bad after you do something is when you can make the resolution again you re-resolve to get back to where you were before, or to try harder next time. And so far, despite the fact that I've binged several times and I have cheat days here and there, it's like I don't think that it's such a bad thing, because if you're so strict with one thing or another for whatever goal you've got set, maybe not everybody should have cheat days. Maybe personally, if you like, unfortunately our gym has Tootsie Rolls and
Why?
free pizza Monday
And bagels on a Tuesday morning.
bagel Tuesday morning.
I don't believe pizza or bagels or Tootsie Rolls are in any way
They're not
healthy
keto.
for you.
They're not keto.
Not keto.
So
And they say don't be a lunk, right?
The whole don't be a lung thing. It actually scared me about the gym. I'm not impressive as far as my physique or anything like that.
But you're a big guy.
I'm a big guy, but I'm
a less big guy.
I actually had a fear that my buzz cut head, my weird beard, my size, that somehow and I felt like I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna lift the weights, and it's gonna be hard, and I might make too much noise, and I don't want the lunk alarm, I don't want to get kicked out of this gym, I got a membership. I literally wore like a really loose-fitting jacket and loose-fitting track pants and stuff like that for the first couple of days, because I was afraid. I was literally afraid that somehow I might get in trouble for being in too good a shape. And no offense to people who are not in good shape, you're trying.
I'm trying.
But when the people at the gym, when the staff of a gym that I've been to before has been like anyone's not seen the commercial, it's a very, they call it gym intimidation, but it's like the people in the gym are so good looking that no outsider, no weakling, no person who's not the ideal standard of steroid use can come to a gym and be accepted as just a person who wants to lift some weights. In our gym, on the other hand, the people that I see in the gym, I literally think they're wasting their money, or the staff members of the gym do not set good examples for people who are trying to be better. That's my main critique.
Can you explain that a little bit more? Because I'm not sure.
I'm not trying to call anybody out specifically, but
because I think there's a lot of people who are
big person, and you work at a gym where you probably get a free membership.
Oh.
Maybe you should work out at the gym that you have the membership at.
And they may be. We haven't gone long enough yet.
It's just open, so I'll give her another 6 months, and when I don't see any change, I'll know the story.
The Tootsie Rolls were too available.
She stands at the counter, and the Tootsie Roll bin gets a little bit lower every time I go by there. So I don't know if no, it's just it's a thing. Like, I know it's the motto that they're setting up, like no gym intimidation, no lunks, and the no judgment zone and stuff like that. But I'm not in the gym right now, so I'm going to go ahead and judge these people. I'm going to say that they're not setting a good example for people who want to be better. And at one point in time in my life, I was nearly 300 pounds, and as a big guy already, being extra large and not being strong enough to do certain activities, I can't touch my toes, or I couldn't put my socks on without the old, grab the ankle lunge thing. And it's at certain points, certain milestones, you say, probably should make a change, and then you do, and then you don't. And through whatever series of dominoes, I have gotten to where I am now.
And food has been the major part of that.
Food and alcohol have been bad things in my life for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember eating cookies in my bed as a kid. Like I'd eat like a row of Duplo cookies my bed.
Our mom made really good cookies, and she made...
No, these are store-bought.
Well, she made granola.
Cookies. They taste like cardboard, but you eat them anyways.
I remember granola, oatmeal, raisins, coconut, walnuts, cinnamon, sugar,
peanut butter.
Amazing.
Great stuff.
By the pan load, right? And I think that I believe, like, when we were talking about this before the show, like, this whole issue is, I don't think that a sugar carb and a fat carb and a protein carb are a sugar, 100 calories of sugar, 100 calories of protein, 100 calories of fat.
What happens when they go in your body?
I don't think all three of those have equal effects on your body. And so for me, and I'm changing my diet for this method, and I see the instantaneous change.
Right.
No change to my exercise in the first month. None. 17 pounds down. No calorie starvation. None.
Yep.
17 pounds down in 1 month. And I have energy. I don't feel foggy. I don't feel, just worn down and lethargic. I feel like I have the energy. We were up at 5 in the morning.
4:45.
It's 10 something at night.
Yeah.
I'm not falling asleep, falling over, can't focus, can't do my work. And I'm very excited to be doing this again. And you said you were almost 300 pounds. I was over 300 pounds.
The things that I've done before have been primarily, I just stopped drinking for months. Like, a month was a long time for me because I was just used to having a couple beers a night. And then I'd go a month, and then I did 5 months when my wife got pregnant, and then I did 3 months, and then I did another month. And it's been a yearly thing to do kind of like a sober January or a sober, just pick a month throughout the year and just be like, all right, I'm not going to drink anything. And one of the main things of alcohol is carbs. So
turns out,
by cutting these things out and eating a semi-normal diet, I would just like lose weight. And that's usually what got me started. But to the glory of podcasts and free information and the internet and everything else, I've had these resources that gave me the tips and tricks to get into a new lifestyle. It's not even a diet anymore. It's really a lifestyle change. Read the back of any package and look at the carbohydrates. And when it says 33 sugars out of 35 grams of carbohydrates, it's...
what is your target, actually?
My physical target is to look better and feel better.
No, I mean your carb target.
Oh, it's 0, next to none.
As few as possible.
I don't count them anymore. I just say little to none, because like there's carbohydrates in eggs. I eat a lot of eggs. There's carbohydrates in cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. There's carbohydrates in some of the meats I eat. I eat a lot of meat. So it really comes to me in very different forms. But if it's not in bread form
or pasta or potatoes,
these are all really starches and carbs. They're purely carbohydrate foods in the sense that they have little to nothing else to add. And I don't feel good when I eat these things in normal dosages, where if I ate a sandwich, I think I'd be okay, but it's the combination of the bread, the lettuce, the cheese, the mayo, mustard, the ham or pastrami or whatever else I put on a sandwich, and it's like you can't go to Subway and do the Subway diet and lose weight. It's probably not all that Jared did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he had a lot of side activities.
Maybe he ate a lot less food. Maybe he ate a lot of food to get to the weight he was at, and then he ate a lot less food to get down to the weight
I
he
would
got
say
to.
on a purely, if you want
And
to
it
go
turns out Jared was a dirtbag.
calorie count only, you probably can lose some weight.
I agree
then
with
you.
you.
Then you cut out soda and you lose some weight. And then you switch to diet soda and you gain your weight back. And you're like, why? And then you go to, well, I'm not going to eat any fats and you eat a lot of vegetables. Probably a good idea for some people to go vegan. But temporarily, probably not as a full-time lifestyle. Mm-hmm. There is benefits to every change that you can make. If you're one way and you want to be a different way, you got to make a change.
Yep.
So if you cut something, you're probably going to see a benefit on the scale. It might not be the huge benefit you're looking for. It might not be rapid weight loss. Maybe it takes 6 months, but your body has to adapt to all these things. And we're a machine that requires fuel. Now, what fuel you put into your body, if you don't burn it, you don't get the benefits. So take vitamins, even if you feel like you're doing okay, even if you're only taking a multivitamin. I mean, if you got joint pain, take fish oil. Omega-369 is a great vitamin to take. It helps lubricate your joints, stops hurting. Take vitamin D3, helps your immune system, your muscular system. Take B12, gives you a crazy amount of energy. Take acai, turmeric, curcumin. There is magnesium for helping out with cramps that you're going to get when you cut all these other things out. Like, you're going to get cramps because your body is used to burning sugar as its fuel source, and it needs to switch to fat, and it takes a while if you're not purely keto.
There's just so many parts to this that, like you were saying, like this could be a super long video, but it is amazing when you think about the effort and the work that goes into, getting these, like we were talking about, getting these people to the Olympics, right, and putting them in this situation. And then for us, we're making little steps. Well, you've made a lot of progress already.
But I've only been to the gym 3 times in a week, and I lost my weight before I even went to the gym.
You're very close to where you want to be from a total weight perspective. Now you're really trying to focus.
But according to the BMI, I'm still going to be obese at 220.
Well, you're still focusing on your strength. You're starting to focus more on strength now, though.
Yeah,
right.
I think if you build a bigger muscle, and this is something I told you, if you build bigger muscles, your body is going to burn more calories. It's plain and simple. It's going to take, to build the muscle, it takes calories. To keep the muscle fed, it takes calories. To maintain a body style, it takes calories. But that's why bodybuilders eat 5,000 calories a day when the system says you should be eating 2,000 calories on average or something like that. Maybe as a woman you should eat 1,700 or whatever it is. Like they never nail these things down. It's somebody came out with the food pyramid. Somebody came out with how many calories you're supposed to have. Our longevity has changed so much. The amount of things that are types of food we eat, the actual structure of the food that you eat now compared to the food that was available in the 50s and the 20s and 10s, whatever. There is no set system for any one individual, but we can all do better and all become Olympians in our own houses. Like, I'm the gold medal winner in my house. My kid is not going to run faster than me. My wife's not going to run faster than me. And a goal of mine is to be able to run a certain distance and lift a certain amount of weight. Like, these are specific targets that I have, and once I've achieved those, maybe I'll move on to something else. But the primary one was, I just want to be able to touch my toes, man. I really do, because I haven't been able to do it in a long time. My joints all hurt. There's just all these different things. It's like, oh wait, keto, it might work. So I try it. What do you know? So far, so good.
Yeah, and I would say too, like, so this is really my second or third big round into really putting a big effort into losing weight. And I've had some success. I did a diet very similar to keto, called the Banting diet, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months, hurt my foot, had a bunch of work stress, had a bunch of stuff going on, changed jobs, moved, had adopted another kid. There was a ton of stuff going on there, and I went back to my old eating habits, and my weight came right back. And so for me as an individual, just for myself, I know that I can't handle having carbs as part of my diet. I just can't handle it. It doesn't work for my body. And if I do it, there's one thing that's going to happen. I'm going to gain weight. And I've done the super high exercise. I was talking about this, where I exercised every day for 6 months, hours a day, miles on the treadmill. I had the calorie. I weighed myself every morning and every night. I recorded all my numbers. Lost 25 pounds in 6 months, killing myself.
Yeah.
Switch to keto. Feel good. I have energy at 10 o'clock at night.
We have other members of our family are on this program, and there is success for everyone
Across the
I've
board.
heard
Yeah, across the
that
board.
has tried keto from a standard American diet. They have gotten better. They feel better. They've lost weight. It is, nobody has the specific proof, but they're the people that do bring proof to the table for them, that do their own blood tests and test their telomeres and all these other things that they're looking for. It's like they talk about high cholesterol, low cholesterol, all the benefits, all the negatives, like what kind of thing that they did, how extreme they went. And each and every one of these people is generally fit and healthy looking, right? Maybe they die at 80. Maybe they die getting in a car. You know,
Right.
like there's no cure for the human condition.
But if there's an accident and that's what causes you to pass away, fine. But what I don't want to pass away from, if I can help it, is a weight-related, controllable cause of death.
Right.
I don't want to die from diabetes. I don't want to die of a massive heart attack when I'm 45 or 50 years old. I don't want to have a stroke or have high blood pressure or have to take heart medication. I don't want to do those things. And I also really, regardless of what happens to me, I want to be an example for my kids on purpose, and I want to teach them about food in a way that I wasn't taught about food. I was taught about food when I was growing up, and I'm sure you were growing up, that the food pyramid is the king of the world, and if you just eat enough calories and bread's at the top and sugar's fine, but just don't eat any fat, and if you don't eat any fat, you'll be thin.
Right.
And I did that, and I'm not thin. Right? And so
you've had many different experiments with your life, whether it be military or jobs where you were more physical, or just having.
And it's been this steady. Every year there's been a little bit more. Every year there's been a little bit more.
I think the average is like everybody gains like an extra 2 to 5 pounds a year or something like that. Maybe 10 pounds a year. I don't remember exactly what the number was, but it's a pretty slow gain, I think, for the overall, and it definitely comes off a lot slower than it does going on when you are trying a standard diet or a crash diet. Keto is more just a low carb lifestyle, really. Just pick a low carb lifestyle, eat some salami and cheese, and see if you feel better. And if you're not into that, go vegan, whatever. But just like try it out, cut the carbs. Do what you can do, and make every day, one step closer to your gold medal. And
absolutely.
Have a donut every once in a while. It's not going to kill you to have it every once in a while, but just not every day for breakfast,
Yep.
So,
guys, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to notify you when we upload a new video. We try to shoot once a week. Thanks for watching.
See ya.